Kepa Arrizabalaga asserted his future at Chelsea. The Spanish goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalaga was reported firmly for his future at Chelsea, with Mauricio Pochettino to be able to enter the main squad. Apart from the rumors that stated he might leave Chelsea this summer, Kepa wanted to stay. He is also reportedly going to fight for position number 1 at Stamford Bridge. Kepa Arrizabalaga did not intend to leave Chelsea and wanted to rise again from the difficulties experienced last season to become number 1 the long-term club. The transfer of Hakim Ziyech and Edouard Mendy to Saudi Arabia has been completed. According to Fabrizio Romano, both seem to be the next player in the long list of Chelsea's departure after N'Golo Kanté and Kalidou Koulibaly had been confirmed to go to Saudi Arabia. More players are expected to leave, although not all of them will look to the Middle East to get a large paid. People like Kai Havertz and Mateo Kovacic will head to the Premier League rivals. Now, transfer experts claim Ziyech and Mendy are the latest Chelsea players who leave Saudi Arabia. Fabrizio Romano has announced to 16 million followers on Twitter that the two transfers are in the final stages and are almost complete. All experts in Chelsea have signed all contracts to Mendy, who left Chelsea after failing to really make number 1 as his. In addition, Romano claimed that Chelsea and Al Nassr have signed all documents to complete the agreement of Hakim Ziyech. Manchester United met with Chelsea to complete the Mason Mount agreement. According to the transfer teacher Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea and Manchester United will schedule a direct meeting to make a final decision regarding the Mason Mount agreement. The English star has emerged as a strong transfer target for the Red Devils, with Erik ten Hag expressed his interest in the midfielder. Mount contract will also end next summer, which means hot iron for us attacks. However, the Red Devils' effort to secure the 24-year-old player's service so far has not been successful. Romano previously stated that Chelsea refused the £55 million offer from Manchester United. Ten Hag fully supports the club's decision to stand firm and avoid more payments for players whose contracts are only 1 year left. While the English champion 20 times was not willing to do what they consider to be an unrealistic offer, they are still interested in contracting Mount, and the player himself really wants to move to Old Trafford. Therefore, a new round of discussion between the two clubs has been scheduled in the next 24 to 48 hours to make the final decision regarding the agreement. Finally, Man City complete Kovacic's signing from Chelsea. ESPN reported earlier this month the two clubs had agreed to pay £25 million in advance for the 29-year-old player with an additional £5 million, and the Croatian midfielder will now join the City squad ahead of the 2023-24 season, Kovacic said in the announcement of Manchester City. "This is a brilliant step for me, and I can't wait to start with City. Anyone who has watched this team under Pep know how good they are for me. They are the best in the world. The trophy they won is clear to be seen by everyone, but they are also the best soccer team out there. Joining this squad is truly a dream for every footballer." Guardiola really wanted to strengthen his midfield option after the club lost Jude Bellingham, who joined Real Madrid this month, and with captain Ilkay Gundogan completed a free transfer to Barcelona on Monday. Brad Friedel insisted the MLS star George Petrovic is good enough to start for Manchester United or Chelsea. Brad Friedel urged Manchester United or Chelsea to contract New England goalkeeper Revolution George Petrovic, emphasizing he was good enough to be a starter at both clubs. The Serbian international was recruited to replace Matt Turner after moving to Arsenal last year and was considered the best goalkeeper in MLS. The report shows that Revolution appreciated him of £24 million. With a number of European clubs credited with Bunga, Friedel believes that the 23-year-old player has moved to England and is ready to become the number 1 player at Old Trafford or Stamford Bridge. He said, "I think George Petrovic must be on the radar of the Premier League club. He can start now for almost all teams in Europe, even though he has a learning curve of course. From what I see about him, there are no better goalkeepers in MLS for a long time." Chelsea has set a transfer price for Christian Pulisic. Chelsea have set the price requested for Christian Pulisic ahead of the possibility of summer move, with AC Milan reportedly tracking the American star. The Blues cut their big squad this summer and Pulisic is one of the players who was expected to move. The 24-year-old player moved to West London with a transfer value of £58 million from Borussia Dortmund in 2019, recorded 26 goals and 21 assists in 145 matches. He may now leave Stamford Bridge, and according to Evening Standard, Chelsea has set an initial price requested of £25 million because AC Milan's Italian club tracks the United States international. They reported that several clubs had been postponed by the price label, but Chelsea could reduce it because Pulisic only had 1 year left in his contract. Kovacic sent a message to Pochettino about ambitions next season. The 20-year-old player has not made his senior debut for Chelsea, but now, it seems that he has the desire to play football first team next season. Speaking of his future, Kovacic explained that he wanted to play in the Premier League with Chelsea. He said, "I have started a journey that is not a short-term mission. The club invests in young players and I aim to be part of the project. My ambition is to wear the uniform and play in the Premier League, which is currently the #1 league in the world. When moving to Chelsea, this is an experience that gives me many things from every point of view. I am very happy with the choice I made with my agent Paulo Busardo. It's not the most comfortable choice, but I want to take it because opportunities like Chelsea only occur a few times, if not once, in your life. Today I can say that this experience gives me many things from a personal and professional perspective. I feel much better since I was there." Todd Boehly will replace the manager for his second club in League One, Strasbourg. Boehly and Clearlake Capital have bought significant shares in Strasbourg, which finished 15th in League One last season. Frederic Antonetti ended the responsible season, helping to prevent fear of degradation, but he would not be responsible for the first season under new ownership. Former President Strasbourg Mark Keller revealed, "Frederic has a task that must be done and he does it perfectly. He did a good job and I wanted to thank him. We moved forward in hand, in the relationship of mutual trust and respect. I really respect Fred. We have known each other for years, but we have never had the opportunity to work together, and I am very impressed with his ability to make everyone return together, restore self-confidence, and recreate dynamics in a difficult period. But the new cycle began and I am sure that it is better to end with this good note. We both agreed on that. So, I made a decision and informed new shareholders, who agreed. Frederic Antonetti will not continue as Strasbourg's manager." West Ham United is in talks to contract Denis Zakaria. Denis Zakaria has become the main target of West Ham United, but there is a rival interest from the League One side Lens. Gianluca Marzio from Sky Italia reported that West Ham had negotiated to sign Zakaria from Juventus. Zakaria spent last season on loan status in Chelsea, which has an option to contract the Juventus player permanently this summer. Chelsea said no, and Zakaria is now back to Juventus, where he is also unwanted. The door opened for West Ham to reach an agreement and claimed that 2 calls had occurred between Juventus and the Hammers. Instead of loans, this will be a permanent agreement with West Ham ready to pay cash to bring Zakaria back to London. The Premier League star ReubenLoftusCheek will leave for Serie A. Many British fans will be sad to see ReubenLoftusCheek leaving Chelsea into Serie A this week. Loftus-Cheek, ready to join AC Milan after less than 2 decades in Chelsea. This midfielder has struggled through recurrent injuries and fierce competition in the hope of getting a major role in Stamford Bridge, although he rarely becomes an actor. It can be understood that Loftus-Cheek, whose contract with Blues is only 1 year remaining and will join the Rossoneri with an initial value of £13 million. Plus £4.2 million in addition. England international left Stamford Bridge after making 155 senior appearances for his childhood club. The step will make him reunite with his former teammate at Chelsea Fikayo Tomori, who joined Milan in 2021 and won the Scudetto in his inaugural season in Italy. Olivier Giroud also helped secure the Serie A title after leaving Stamford Bridge in the same summer, with the Frenchman preparing for another year at the San Siro. Journalists condemned the pursuit of Moises Caicedo for a price of £100 million by Chelsea. Chelsea's target price label is silly, with one report claiming that he could be worth £100 million this summer. Midfielder Brighton Hove Albion is considered the main target of the Blues, but one report claims that he can cost up to £100 million this summer. Italian journalist Rudy Galletti recently told Gimsport that Chelsea would submit a second offer for Caicedo after one offer for him was rejected in January. The West London club must bring crazy money to the table, though, if they want to succeed in pursuing players this time. Mail Online recently reported that Brighton searched more than £80 million for cases. While The Athletic claimed that he could cost £100 million, Jones considers the Caicedo price label ridiculous, but says Chelsea and Todd Boehly just blame themselves for finding themselves in this situation. Discussing speculation about how much can be obtained by the Ecuador player, the journalist told Gimsport, "Silly. But this is a situation by Chelsea by taking a high profile, by spending hundreds of millions of pounds in the transfer market and allowing their intentions to be known where they want to leave. Of course the club will improve their judgment." Chelsea struggled to sign young players who breed the extraordinary record. Chelsea struggled to get Ethan Nwaneri from Arsenal, although the Blues faced competition from Manchester City. It is said that Arsenal have not approved the scholarship requirements with 16-year-old Wonderkid, which is described as truly extraordinary talent. The Gunners have until Friday to reach an agreement with Nwaneri, who became the youngest Premier League player in history when Mikel Arteta replaced him. Against Brentford in September, at the age of 15 years and 181 days, if the North London residents fail to bind their Wonderkid before Friday when the registration of schoolchildren ended, then Chelsea or Manchester City can technically contract him on a free transfer. However, the Blues or the Citizens must pay compensation costs to the Gunners, which will be decided in court because of Arsenal's work in developing British international players aged 17. Chelsea are eyeing Juventus stars as an option to strengthen the attack line. Chelsea saw that Juventus Dusan Vlahovic's forward as one of the options that allows the role of the striker. With Pierre-Emile Aubameyang is expected to leave the club in the transfer window, there is a lack of number 9 that is the right, considering that Romelu Lukaku's future is also uncertain. Therefore, it is very important for Chelsea to secure the right attacker where the attack can be centered. Without the right number 9, there will still be the same problem as we see this season. With a lot of technical players, Chelsea lost a natural goalscorer who can convert opportunities, and Kai Havertz's transfer to Arsenal only requires more. Vlahovic has not had the best time at Juventus since moving from Fiorentina. He has struggled to make an impact, and many suggest that Serbia might find moving to other places to revive his career. Why Chelsea tend to refuse Inter's offer for Romelu Lukaku? Chelsea will likely refuse Inter Milan's new offer to Romelu Lukaku. Inter are ready to make a new offer to try to take Lukaku on loan for the second season, after he scored 10 goals in 28 Serie A matches. Daily Telegraph reports that Inter offers will include options to buy Lukaku for €30 million at the end of the 2023-24 season. However, Chelsea insisted on an agreement including the obligation of the option after the loan period ended. Chelsea aims to cut their squad this summer, but Inter may need to sell Andre Onana to fund my Lukaku offer. The goalkeeper was desired by the Blues but is now in talks with Manchester United. Lukaku's future is unlikely to be resolved in the near future and may turn into saga this summer. Kovacic sent a touching farewell message to Chelsea supporters. The Croatian midfielder stated that the 2022-23 season was a difficult way to end his career at Stamford Bridge, but he loved every second at the West London club. Kovacic has confirmed the move of £25 million to Manchester City, with an additional £5 million, ending his 5-year-old residence, including a 1-year loan period, at the club. Through Instagram, Kovacic posted a series of photos and graphics with the kit and trophy he won in Chelsea. He wrote in the statement, Kovacic said, "It is an extraordinary pleasure to play for a great club and win some of the biggest trophies in sports. Chelsea is a club that I like every second, but the time has come for me to move. This is an extraordinary experience. 12 months, that is difficult for everyone, and I think we all can agree that it is not in accordance with the usual Chelsea standards, but I enjoy my time here in London. See you again."